Good evening, fellow YouTubers. It's Kenneth Powers, and welcome back to part 3 of my DVD Blu-ray Update 2021 edition. Without further ado, let's get started. First up is the is the 2005 DVD release of Heat, starring Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and Val Kilmer, directed by Michael Mann. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Also starring Tom Sizemore, Diane Venora, Amy Brenneman, Ashley Judd, Mykelti Williamson, Wes Studi, Ted Levine with Jon Voight. The film itself is from Awesome, truly epic, a masterpiece, wholly original, says Richard Schell of Time magazine. The film itself is from 1995, rated R, and runs 172 minutes. Next up is a double feature pack featuring Can't Hardly Wait and The New Guy. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Can't Hardly Wait stars Ethan Embry, Charlie Korsmo, Lauren Ambrose, Peter Facinelli, Seth Green, and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Directed by Deborah Kaplan and Harry Elfont. The film itself is from 1998, rated PG-13, and runs 106 minutes. The New Guy stars DJ Qualls, Eliza Dushku, Zooey Deschanel, Lyle Lovett, and Eddie Griffin. Directed by Ed Decter. The film itself is from okay, this one doesn't say when the film it's the film itself is from 2002, rated PG-13, and runs 89 minutes. Up next is the 2009 DVD release of Duplicity, starring Julia Roberts and Clive Owen. A cool, sexy caper, says Thelma Adams of Us Weekly. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Clever, fun, and entertaining, says Peter Travers of Rolling Stone magazine. Also stars Tom Wilkinson and Paul Giamatti, directed by Tony Gilroy. The film itself is from 2008, rated PG-13, and runs 2 hours and 5 minutes. Up next is the 2004 DVD release of Catwoman, starring Halle Berry. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Also starring Benjamin Bratt, Lambert Wilson, Frances Conroy, and Sharon Stone. Directed by Pitiff. The film itself is from 2004. Rated PG-13 and runs 104 minutes. 100% pure fun and excitement, says Earl Dittman of Wireless Magazine. Up next is the ...2006 DVD release of Rain Man, starring Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Winner of 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Funny, heartbreaking, tender, and complex, says Hollywood Reporter. Also starring Valeria Golino. Directed by Barry Levinson. The film itself is from 1988, rated R, and runs 134 minutes. Up next, we have a Charlie Sheen triple feature pack featuring Navy SEALs, Platoon, and Red Dawn. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Navy SEALs also stars Michael Biehn, Joanne Whalley-Kilmer, Rick Rossovich, and Bill Paxton. Directed by Louis Tigg. The film itself is from 1990, rated R, and runs 113 minutes. Platoon also stars Tom Berenger, Willem Dafoe, directed by Oliver Stone. The film itself is from 1986, rated R, and runs 120 minutes. Platoon is the winner for Best Picture, Directing, Film Editing, and Sound in 1986. And Red Dawn also stars Patrick Swayze, C. Thomas Howell, Leah Thompson, Ben Johnson, Harry Dean Stanton, Ron O'Neal, William Smith, and Powers Booth, directed by John Milius. The film itself is from 1984, rated PG-13, and runs 114 minutes. I also do have the 2012 remake, which I will show in a different video. Up next is the 2009 DVD reprint of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, starring Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Also starring Adam Goldberg, Michael Michelle, and Shalom Harlow. Directed by Donald Petrie. The film itself is from 2003, rated PG-13, and runs 115 minutes. A fabulously fresh and totally entertaining battle of the sexes, says Sean Edwards of Fox TV. Up next is the 2010 DVD release of The Switch, starring Jennifer Aniston and Jason Bateman. A pitch-perfect, warm and witty romance, says Roger Moore of Orlando Sentinel. Not to be confused with the James Bond actor Roger Moore, by the way. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. A winning comedy, says Washington Post. And funny, clever, touching, and real, says Box Office Magazine. Also starring Patrick Wilson, Jeff Goldblum, and Juliette Lewis. Directed by Josh Gordon and Will Speck. The film itself is from 2010. Rated PG-13 and runs 101 minutes. Next up is hold on a second here. Next up is the 2011 DVD release of Legend, starring Tom Cruise. And this is the director's cut, by the way, and it's directed by Ridley Scott. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Also starring David Bennett, Alice Playton, Billy Barty, Cork Hubert, Mia Sara, Tim Curry, and Arnon Milchan. The film itself is from 1985, unrated, and runs an hour and 54 minutes. Next up is the 2005 DVD release of The Incredibles. Of Disney's The Incredibles. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. The year's wittiest, zippiest adventure, with each knockout action sequence eclipsing the last, says Richard Corliss of Time Magazine. The film itself is from 2004, rated PG, and runs 115 minutes. Up next is the 2005 DVD release of Cinderella Man, starring Russell Crowe and Renee Zellweger. Directed by Ron Howard. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Also starring Paul Giamatti, Craig Bierko, Bruce McGill, Patty Considine, one of the best movies ever, says Larry King. The film itself is from 2004, rated PG-13, and runs 2 hours and 25 minutes. Up next is the 2008 DVD release of Baby Mama, starring Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Also starring Greg Kinnear, Dax Shepard, Romani Malco, Maura Tierney, Holland Taylor, and Sigourney Weaver. Directed by Michael McCullers. The film itself is from 2008, rated PG-13, and runs an hour and 39 minutes. Non-stop laughs, says Pete Hammond of Hollywood.com. Up next is the 2004 DVD release of The Beverly Hillbillies. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Hilarious. A laugh around every corner, says Barry Zevin of Channel America. Starring Deirdre Bader, Dabney Coleman, Erica Eleniak, Cloris Leachman, Rob Schneider, Leah Thompson, Lily Tomlin, and Jim Varney. Directed by Penelope Spheris. The film itself is from 1993, rated PG, and runs 93 minutes. Up next is the Up next is the 2009 DVD release of 500 Days of Summer, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel. Smart, sexy, and seriously funny, says Peter Travers of Rolling Stone. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. 4 stars, says Roger Ebert. Roger Ebert gave it 4 stars. Directed by Mark Webb. The film itself is from 2009, rated PG-13, and runs 95 minutes. Up next is the 1998 DVD release of special edition DVD release of City of Angels, starring Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Also starring Dennis Franz and Andre Braugher. Directed by Brad Silberling. The film itself is from 1998. Rated PG-13 and runs 114 minutes. The most powerful and spellbinding romance in years, says Jay Carr of the Boston Globe. Up next is the 2010 DVD release of The Book of Eli, starring Denzel Washington and Gary Oldman. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Denzel Washington is phenomenal. He's at the top of his game, says Sean Edwards of Fox TV. Also starring Gary Oldman. Also starring Mila Kunis, Ray Stevenson, Jennifer Beals, Francis De La Tour, and Michael Gambon. Directed by the Hughes brothers. The film itself is from 2009, rated R, and runs 118 minutes. Up next is the 2001 DVD release of Lone Wolf McQuade, starring Chuck Norris and David Carradine. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Plenty of action to keep you riveted to the screen, says LA Magazine. Also starring David Carradine, Barbara Carrera, Leon Isaac Kennedy, and L.Q. Jones. Directed by Steve Carver. The film itself is from 1983, rated PG, and runs an hour and 47 minutes. Up next is the 2005 DVD release of The Bodyguard, special edition DVD release, starring Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. A sexy romance, intense and intimate. Also starring Gary Kemp, Bill Cobbs, and Ralph Waite. Directed by Mick Jackson. The film itself is from 1992, rated R, and runs 129 minutes. 2 more to go for this video. And next up is the 2005 DVD release of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, starring Johnny Depp. Wondrous. You've never seen anything like this before, says A.O. Scott of the New York Times. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Also starring Freddie Highmore, David Kelly, Helena Bonham Carter, Noah Taylor, Missy Pyle, James Fox with Deep Roy and Christopher Lee. Directed by Tim Burton. The film itself is from 2005, rated PG, and runs 115 minutes. A feast for the eyes and the imagination, says Leonard Maltin of Entertainment Tonight. And last but not least for this video is the 1999 special edition DVD release of Easy Rider, 30th anniversary DVD release. Starring Peter Fonda, Dennis Hopper, and Jack Nicholson. Here's the front, the back, and the spine. Directed by Dennis Hopper. The film itself is from 1969. Rated R and runs 95 minutes. An astonishing work of art and an overpowering motion picture experience, says LA Times. Well, we're going to stop right there. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you again in my next video. Bye-bye. Take care.